Hey, I want to just start off this video by giving a shout out to my Patreons, Jason, Bill, and Ivan. You guys, thanks for all your support. If you want to email me, if you have any questions or anything else, by all means, email me. And I mean, I Zoomed with Bill before, so if you want to Zoom, we can Zoom on your jobs and take a look at what you're doing. All right, you guys have a great day. All right, I'm working in this house and I did this. This is 10-foot high ceilings and you can see the off angles behind me, and I had a problem with the off angle, so let me zoom in and show you what the problem I've been having. If you look closely, you see those bubbles up there where the off angles have bubbled and they pop loose, and it's pretty much happened down this entire side. Now when I got over here, I had the same thing happening, and I tore it down. I tore it down, mudded it up, put the pieces back, hoping that it would stop that from happening. And that was over a week ago, and none of that came back. And I think the reason this happened is because I had a temporary heater in this house, and it just baked the drywall mud as I was doing it, and the angles just popped. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to repair these angles, and hopefully they'll be okay. So I'm going to set the camera up so you can watch me fixing the angle as I'm doing it. I'm realizing it's a little hard for you to see this, but you can see a lot of it. If you notice, I had some areas where the paper blister. So I don't need to do anything more there because that's pretty much where the paper is blistered. I have to come here. So if you hear some noise in the background, that is an awesome builder, guys. He's here in Wheaton. So you guys, if you need any work done in the Wheaton area, you contact Waterman Brothers Construction. So phenomenal builders. So I'm going to take that down that far. I may have to open this up a little too, just because. Now, the reason I think this happened, this is what I think happened, is I had a temporary heater pop loose. I had temporary heat in this house, and with the temporary heat, the ceiling baked because I didn't have it distributed so the heat was going to be everywhere. So I think what happened was this just baked, and the mud lost its adherence because of how it was baked on. You know what? I'm going to have to take this all the way down. I don't like this at all here. I'm going to take this down to here. And I don't see anything here in the end. There's nothing really happening. So it's from about there over. So this should be a relatively easy fix. The mud I'm using is just an all-purpose compound because it has more adhesive in it. I'll put a picture up of the all-purpose compound that I like to use. It's in the green buckets. It's just all-purpose in the green. That, if you really want something to glue down stuff, that's the mud to use. It's got more adhesive in it than anything else. And so that's all this is. Because I want this to be glued down really, really well. The floors are all down in here now. And I have to be careful I don't make too big of a mess. But I will. I'll make a big mess. And I'll tell them you guys did it. I'll blame it on somebody else. That's it. Never admit to anything and always blame somebody else. Isn't that what our government does? They don't admit to anything and they blame everybody else. Okay. So going to get this all mudded in, all right down, and then I'm going to coat it with this mud, and then I'm going to let it dry. Now, why do I think this will hold up? It's because, let me see if you guys can see the end of the wall there. I don't know if you can anymore. Okay. Why do I think this will hold up? Is because I did a little section right here a few days ago, quite a few days ago, and it held up just fine. I have not had any problems with it. It stayed glued down very well. And the heat's on now. The permanent heat is on, so the heat's very regular right now, which is always a good thing to have regular heat in the house. But let me take care of this, and if I run out of things to say, I'll just start playing some music. But I hardly ever run out of things to say. Let's see. You really want to make sure you have plenty of mud behind here. You don't want to be lacking mud, because I want to squish it all in and make sure it's all in good. This is a long piece of level line, long piece of level line. And what I do here on the end is I just try to, since I'm not going any farther, I just try to get it up, pull in there a little bit. I did the other end already. This is a little time consuming, because you've got to pack the mud up underneath that really well. You can't have any blisters. And I really do. I want that mud packed up under there really well. You know, I've got this little spot right here. I'm going to pop all the way. You know what? That even makes it easier for me to get the mud up underneath there. I can just do this. Don't be skimpy on the mud. Looking good. We got a big hollow spot right there. Double check to see if I have any more. No, I don't have any more. I have one there though. Okay. You get that white down. You get this white down. This goes this way. I want to stick them in there a little bit. And this goes this way. Alright, so now I'm going to wipe it down. Some chunks in here, some of the toppings coming off the level line, but I should be okay because there's plenty of mud underneath this now, so I shouldn't have to worry about. This should be all glued back down. I'm telling you, I've not had problems with level line. That's why I use level line. I have not had problems with it. And this particular house, maybe I should have used Magic Corner. I don't know. But I really enjoy the level line. Now, if this was straight flex, I just rip it all out, start again, all from scratch. But with the level line, I shouldn't have any problems gluing this back down. And now I just want to coat it in better than just coat it in a little bit. I'm having scratches because I picked them up off of some of this. So I'll get the scratches out of there. I'm just going to put a quick coat on here because I still have to skim this. Once this dries, I have to put another skim coat on it, but I'm not using hot mud on here because hot mud doesn't have as much glue in it as all-purpose does. So that's why I'm going to take my time with these. I'm just going to get them all mudded in, let it dry solid, and then I'm going to skim it all out. And then I shouldn't have any issues with it whatsoever. I hope. All right. All I lack is finishing up here and I'm all done, right? Once I'm finished, I'm all done. Well, I think you have the idea of what I'm doing. You don't need to sit there and watch me finish this up, because I still have quite a bit left to coat, and then I have to do another spot over there. So that's it. This had bubbles behind it, this off angle here. I believe it was from the heat, because it was inconsistent and really, really hot in this room. And I believe it was just, that's the reason that these popped. And this is how I would fix them. I would fix them just like this. So you guys have a good day. Hey, if you really like this video, subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, share it with somebody else. You have a great day.